blue skies. I'm about to get high, feeling the breeze, get into these vibes. My vision clear, I see with my third eye. Don't fuck around, mob with my guys, staring at blue skies. I'm about to get high, feeling the breeze, get into these vibes. My vision clear, I see with my third eye. Don't fuck around, mob with my guys. Up in the air, all of my niggas say yeah. And where the cuties in here, the way shorty look it ain't fair. Fuck that, I'm way more than a Kit Kat. Tryna get paid as Finny Facts. Got me easy zone, fucking up the track. Yeah, I'm so gone, far from home. Got vapors inside my dome. In La La Land, it's my home. Tell mama I ain't coming back home. Nigga all in the zone, getting this cheese like calzone. Not stopping till at the end zone. I'm top notch like Vito.
Took a trip out to Cali, I'm smoking on tree. Your bitch riding around in a Honda on E. We coming up next, you niggas gon' see. Cartier frames on, watch it 3D. These diamonds is yellow and pissy like pee. Your bitch on her knees cause I told her to clean. Is she off perks? I feel like a fiend. Smell like cookies when I'm on the scene. I'm with the gang, can't get in between. Towing them sticks like we the Marines. My bitch ain't me sober, she say that I'm mean. So I roll me a wood and pop me a bean. Then she hop on the dick just like trampoline. Spitting real shit, this ain't fake belief. This ain't fake belief.
This ain't fake believe, this ain't fake believe. Blue Skies. Yours truly, that's J.Blu. My single Blue Skies on all platforms. You know, we playing that joint every day that we on here. If you get tired of it, I don't give up. Go ahead and download it. Show some love. Okay. I'm going to do something different. Then I'm going to introduce my sister. Tonight's show is dedicated to somebody just set us on a great vibe tonight. I got to show some love on air to the sis, Hood Therapist. Go check out on Instagram, Hood Therapist, and on Clubhouse, Reconnect the Village. She's a person that is in tune. She's a medium. She gets insight from the spirit world, and she really gave some great insight tonight. So we just want to dedicate tonight's show to her because she set the tone. Hood Therapist, go check her out. She's gonna help you. Okay? She's gonna help you. Now, we're gonna get into doing what I do. You know, Tuesday night, you know how I already go. I'm here with my sister sitting next to my partner in crime, my ace right here. I call her Miss ATL because when I think Atlanta, I tell you this is the real Atlanta right here. I'm telling you. If you don't know, then your ass about to know. Got to show some love to my sis. Peaches, what up, Peach?
What up?
Yeah, all that thunderous applause.
So we're going to get into it tonight. Just like he said, shout out to our girl, Hood Therapist.
Yeah.
That's her on Instagram, Reconnect Village. If any of you guys are into Clubhouse, I know everybody's not really into Clubhouse. So for the people that are, and for the people who do have a Clubhouse account, she's in Clubhouse, Reconnect Village. She has a awesome club. Awesome. I'm telling you, if you get in one of her rooms, you're blessed. You're absolutely blessed with the energy that she gives. She honestly don't get as much credit as she should, but I'm here to tell you that the girl is bad.
Yeah.
She set the whole energy for the night. We were supposed to have a guest tonight. They canceled for personal reasons. So it's gonna be me and Jay tonight again.
Hey, you got
y'all
what
know
you
how
got,
we rock.
baby. You know how we about to tap in on your ass. Hope y'all ready.
We finna tap in tonight though. This is cause there's so much going on. We got so much to talk about. Far as in the music world. Far as, of course, y'all know we go get into the energy and the planets and all of that stuff. We getting into that a little bit too. And we definitely gonna talk about our ancestors tonight. We're gonna get into them tonight because they are actually leading the way for this show tonight. They're really doing some work. They doing some work. Okay, let me just say that. So I really hate that our guests couldn't come tonight, but it's okay. Things does happen. But moving forward, our girl, like I said, she's already set the tone for us tonight. And we just gonna vibe out.
So before we get started, I just want to give everybody a quick understanding real quick. Many times we haven't been taught properly to know that when our ancestors transition on from this life to the next plane, that we are not losing them. We might be sad because we can't be with them physically. We can't hug them. We can't kiss them. We can't see them. We can't hear them tell a joke. We can't hear them cuss our ass out. But really, when you understand how these various planes work, once your ancestor or your grandma or your auntie or your mom and your daddy, once they depart this flesh right here, they are empowered to be a part of your life to an even greater degree than they were when they were walking as flesh and blood.
Yes, they working overtime.
They really work overtime.
They can do more for you. They can do way more for you.
If we would listen and cue in and pay attention. So what we're going to talk about tonight has a lot to do with being aware of the fact that our ancestors are with us all the time, and that we should take more time and more meditation and understanding to slow down and be like, okay, what's my grandma saying to me? Because I'm just gonna keep it real. My grandma passed in February of this year. Her twin sister passed 30 days later on the same day, which was the 15th. So my grandma passed on February 15th, and my auntie passed on March 15th. And when she passed, you know, I didn't feel the sadness that you usually attribute to when you lose someone. I was like, man, even at the funeral, I was like, you know, my grandma's with me. Like, I could feel her, that she's with me even more. And I'm telling you, ever since I have acknowledged that she's been with me, I can feel her presence with me even more. And certain decisions that I make and certain situations that I've been in, I've known that it was her with me, in addition to all my ancestors. So just imagine, if you have a bunch of people that passed away, just think about as all of them being your pantheon of angels looking after you and watching over you. So that's just something I'm plan right now. We're going to go ahead and allow that to guide us in our discussion tonight. So we know that your grandmama was talking to you today the same way, huh, Pete?
Oh, yeah. Eileen Hampton. That was her name. Everybody know Mama. You know, I didn't really, I'm telling you guys, I really didn't start getting into this until maybe this year or last year. I'll say last year. I started feeling a lot of energy around by the time my aunt, they gave us a call. They say, hey, you know, your aunt's sick. She's getting ready to pass. It was kind of unexpectedly. We knew she was sick, had cancer, but she had been fighting it. She had been doing very, very well with it. And all of a sudden she got sick. And that's when I started kind of feeling my grandmother energy. I never really said anything to nobody, because you know how sometimes you be like, man, they gonna think I'm crazy. I ain't gonna say nothing to nobody. But see, now I'm free will with it. Now I don't care who think what. I don't give a damn. Everybody know that's my spirit anyway. That was my grandma's spirit too. She didn't really care what you damn thought either. But on the serious side, no, serious, she did. She did not care. But on the serious side, I start feeling her energy then. I start getting into, I guess you can say, astrology recently. And that really kind of brought me closer to her, because then I really start feeling her spirit. And tonight's show was really gonna go in a whole nother direction, to be honest with you guys. It was gonna go, we wasn't gonna talk about any of this, and it just so much had expired right before the show that it led us in this direction. So I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who this gonna help. I don't know, but what I can tell you guys is that the universe is so open right now. That's why everybody's feeling all of these different energies, because a lot of these energies that you're feeling, they're your ancestors. And not to mention, we as a community is getting back into those type of things. And sometimes we think we have to travel to different places to get those things and do certain things, but honestly, you do not. You do not. You just have to get in tune. And later, I wasn't gonna do this, but I'm gonna bring my daughter on. Because she's only 13 and she's already in tune. And it's not normal for a kid to really get in tune and know that they're in tune at that age. A lot of times kids are already like that. Like they come in the world, like they see stuff, they know stuff, but they're not in tune in what it is. And it's a blessing for me to have a child that is, and a lot of it has to do with parenting. A lot of it has to do, with my influence. But at the same time, she have her own understanding. So that's a blessing to me because I don't have to lay nothing on her, and I don't have to worry about nobody else trying to lay. She's very conscious and clear with things. But I just want to say that I got into this probably this year, last year. It was very recent. And when I got into it, I didn't get into it honestly until I changed my life, guys. I was doing a lot of stuff when I was staying in Centennial over in downtown Atlanta. A lot of things I don't even wish to do now. But it's just crazy how things changes, narrative changes, energy changes. It's just crazy how when someone passed in the family, how things just change in another direction, whether or not it's good, it's bad, or whatever. I do believe we all have a mission. I do believe that we all have an intuition, and we know, what's right, what's wrong. And I think all of the things, I kept saying, why is all of this happening to Atlanta? Why is all of these killings? Why is all these shootings? Why is all this violence? Why all this stuff going on? Not just here, in other major cities, everywhere all over the world. But what I came to realize is that all of these things have to come to pass because they are, and it's like an awakening. It's like somebody taking you and trying to shake you and say, hey, look, you got to get on the right path. You got to get whatever we going through in our lives. We all go through different things. We all have had that person, that daddy that we lost, that mother that we lost, that grandmother that we lost, that child, that sister, that brother, whatever it may be to you. And you probably fear that energy and you probably scared of it. And I had been doing a lot of, lately, they call them witch hours, between 3 and 6, 3 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning. And lately, because things start happening in my life that I really couldn't explain and I didn't understand, birds hitting the window, dying, all type of stuff just started happening. I'm like, okay, what does all of this mean? Like, what is going on? And the more I got into these things and I started trying to figure out what was going on, the more I came into understanding, not negatively, like something negative is going to happen or not even, how sometimes people think, well, oh, I can get a reading, I know what's going to happen in the future. No, it's nothing like that because you can't predict the future. Let me just say that. Let me just get an understanding with that right now. This is not about predicting a future and about telling you what's going to happen in the future because that's not of God. That's not of God. But the spirit world can guide you. It can guide you, and your ancestors can guide you. And we just here to say that tonight. For everybody out there that's going through something, I just want to put it on you. I don't know who needs to hear this, but reach to whoever it is that you close to that's an ancestor. Talk to them because they're listening. They're listening. They're listening and they're watching. And don't think that you're doing something that they can't see you doing. And a lot of times when stuff is happening in your life, they letting that stuff happen. They trying to say, look, don't do this. You doing this wrong. This is not the way you supposed to go. So I didn't let that happen for you. So that wasn't supposed to happen for you because you don't go that way because something's going to happen if you go that way. So a lot of times we be trying. So when you hear people say, hey, when something's not meant for you and it don't happen, then it's just not meant for you. That is very true. That is very true. Let me tell you something. I have been trying to do something lately financially, and it has not been going the way that I wanted to go. And when I talked to my girl tonight, I understood why. Because I have to have more faith in what I'm already doing. I have to have more consistency in what I already got going on. And that was the message that I got. So I'm here to tell you guys that everything around us is not physical. It's not physical. Everything that you see is not physical. Another thing, when people telling you something or they talking and you thinking, oh, they being nasty, they being mean, they doing this, they doing that. You know, sometimes it's not the way that we interpret it. Sometimes it's something else. Sometimes it could be something personal, what they going through. We don't know. I always say this all the time. You don't know what people are going through. You don't know, you know, if they lost a sister, a brother. Everybody not going to tell you their business. Everybody not freely to tell people their damn business. That's just real. But I'm here to tell you, if you've been seeing signs like numbers, you've been dreaming numbers, stuff been happening to you, you trying to figure out what's the message, 9 times out of 10, you in tune, and 9 times out of 10, one of your ancestors is trying to give you a message. They're trying to tell you something. Whether or not it's something that you're doing bad or something that you did good, I don't know, but they're trying to tell you something. And it's so amazing. I love this platform. A lot of people, you know, don't really understand what this platform can do for them because everybody's so hyped up in, you know, other platforms and, you know, they doing this and they doing that. Well, we in our own lane. We're not other platforms. You're not going to, what you see on other people's platforms, you're not going to see here. I tell y'all that all the time. I'm not here to put nobody down. I ain't here to diss nobody. I don't care what nobody else talking about. We in our own lane. We doing our own thing. That's why we love our audience. That's why we love the people who tune in every Tuesday night at 8 because we do this for y'all. We don't do this for everybody else on Instagram or on other social platforms. We don't care what they're doing. So I just want to put that out there. So, you know, we don't expect everybody to overnight, you know, give us credit what credit due or like our show or whatever. But we do stand on who we are. And this platform is an all black platform. So when I come on here, I'm here to talk to my people. Now, don't get me wrong. That's not to say that I'm not talking to other people, but especially my people. And I'm telling you guys, get more in tune with the universe. The universe is doing a lot of things tonight. The moon is red. It is red. A lot of times.
Called the thunder moon.
The thunder moon. You can't see it tonight because it's raining in certain places. But if you see it, big ups. Big ups to you. If you can see it because we had to see it actually through somebody FaceTime because we couldn't see it because it was raining real bad. But I'm just here to tell y'all that message had to come through tonight for some reason on these airways to let you guys know that whatever message that, you know, you've been receiving, take it, take heed, acknowledge it, get more in tune with it, get your own understanding of it. Because you know your life better than somebody else know your life. You know your ancestors better than somebody else may know your ancestors. You know, we don't know, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just here to tell you guys that I love you. It's a lot going on. Don't be afraid to tell people, you know what I'm saying, the truth about things. Right now we living in a time of light. Everything is coming to the light. Anything in the dark is coming to the light. That's why you're seeing all this chaotic shit going on everywhere because things are coming out that has been hidden for years and decades and centuries and months and all kind of stuff. Did you want to say something, DJ?
I just want to throw something in there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Real quick, for people who are thinking that you have to physically talk to your ancestors. Journaling is a good way to talk to your ancestors.
Yes, writing it down, yes.
I've been journaling for years. I probably have 15, 20 journals. But within my journals, I always talk to my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my grandfather. I talk to people that I know and ask them, you know, am I doing the right thing? Is this the path I need to be going down? And sometimes, you know, I get an answer, and sometimes I don't, because I think sometimes they want me to figure it out for myself.
Right.
So people need to realize that you don't have to physically sit up.
It's free will.
Right. You don't have to just physically sit up and just talk to someone.
Right.
It's like you're talking to yourself.
Right. You can write it down.
Right,
yeah.
You know, tell
that's
them
very
how your day
true.
going, you know, write it to them and like you're writing a letter to someone. That's how I do it all the time. I mean, I've been journaling for so long.
They say they say it's more sufficient when you write it down.
Yeah.
Right, because you get all your thoughts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They say it's more sufficient, so that's accurate.
The act of writing something down is if you have a spiritual base or background, like, you know, the scripture talks about writing things down and making it plain, because when you write it down, it's like we really don't understand the power. We just think, oh, we human beings.
Right.
We're not.
We
just
going
human.
through shit. Life
we are
is hard.
gods and goddess. God made us in His creation.
We really have a lot more power than we
Yes.
are tapping into. And I think the reason why everything is happening is because, like, the universe is, like, nudging you, like, okay, try something else. Like, expand your mind, expand your wisdom. Like, it's really something how these things happen. You don't expect them. For example, at my grandma's funeral, you know, my aunt was talking and she was saying, after my grandma passed, my grandma's favorite color was red. Her and her twin sister, red and black. So when we used to have parties for them, it would always be red and black, red and black. That was their colors.
Yes, that is their colors.
Now,
red and black.
My aunt said after my grandma passed, when she was at work, it used to be a little cardinal that used to come and just sit by her window and sing and then fly off.
Birds, they have meanings, they spirits, yeah.
After my grandma's twin sister passed, she said one day she was at work. She looked out the window. The red bird was there. Another red bird came and sat right next to the first red bird that was coming to visit her, and they was talking to each other. And she said when she saw that, she immediately knew that it was my grandmother and my great auntie having a conversation with one another. And for her, it gave her so much comfort. And you know, sometimes that's what we need, because at a certain point we may feel disconnected from spirit, or feel like no one's watching over us, or maybe that we don't have any guidance, or no one's looking after us. But it really is because we don't be taking the time to pay attention, or as like Lab said in your journal or something. Like, okay, Grandma, what you got for me? I remember these days I be talking to her. I call out all my auntie's name, all her sisters that went on. Two of my grandfathers passed away. I find myself calling all of their names out and asking for insight and for guidance, because more than ever, it's so crazy. I'm understanding, like, death is not final.
It's not.
On this plane, it might be game over. But you know how you used to play the video games and you hit the continue button? Really, what's happening is it's continuing on. And they really are becoming more powerful. Like, my grandma didn't play.
Man,
my grandmother was a piece of work. She would tell your ass off and then give you a hug. If you wasn't on it, she would let you know that you wasn't on it. Everybody know. If you knew Chaz, like, she was a firecracker. But it's like now I even am more, I reverence her and I honor her even more now. Because when she was here, it was certain times I used to be thinking like, oh, why she keep saying that? Why is she talking to me like that? She shouldn't be going off on me like that. Why you cussing at me, grandmother? You know? But it's like now I value the fact that I can even get the opportunity to get her input and have her go before me and help me in ways that I don't even know that she's helping. So, like, they may not be here so we can see them with our eyes, but really that's challenging us to tap into a part of ourselves that many of us don't tap into because we haven't been taught, because it hasn't been discussed, because we haven't asked questions, because we really haven't been in a proper environment with other like-minded people that might tell you something. You be like, oh, for real, that happened to you? Man, let me try that. So it's like really all of these things are happening, and I try to make it my business. Like, sometimes I don't even do it. Like, the other day I was in a car with an Uber, and the lady started talking to me, and it's crazy how, like, people share their personal lives with me, like, so much detail. And, like, I was able to give her insight. Like, I literally counseled this lady in a 20 minutes. She was like, I could sit with you in this Uber all day. And really, it was because I didn't intend, but I could sense that this lady needed some kind of encouragement for what she was going through. That's what we are here to be for one another. We are not here to be selfish. And listen, we're not here to try to tell people how to live or none of that. Like, we all have our different paths. But I'm just telling you, man, if you out there and you looking for something more, you want to be more tapped in, you want to be more spiritual, you want to elevate your mind, you want to open your third eye, you want to open up your spirit, it's going to take you doing something that you never did before.
Let me tell you something. We all know that we need money to live. I would never debate that. The cost of living is high as hell. I would never debate that.
Especially if you live in Jersey, where I used to live.
But the message that I received tonight is that money is not the answer. is not the answer. I know that we need it to provide for our families, and we need it, but faith is what you need more. Because with faith, it all comes. The lifestyle that you want comes. The money that you want in your account and investments, it comes. The things that you want to happen for your business, the success of your business, it comes with faith. A lot of times we feel like we're so pressured and we got this bill to pay and we got this stuff to pay. And I know everybody feeling the pressure because so many people have lost their unemployment. So many people have lost their jobs just recently. So much going on. We got a new strain going around with the COVID. I mean, we're very aware of the things that's going on. It's a lot of things going on right now. So a lot of people are still financially stressed. And we understand that. But I'm just here to tell you guys, you got to have faith. Faith will do things that the bank can't do. And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb and Snow White and the Seven Doors, as they say. Okay? But I'm here to tell y'all that faith is everything. That little pinch will take you so far. So imagine if you can see your vision and your dream and you have absolutely a vision of direction of faith and you see it, it's going to happen. But that little bit of doubt or that person that's over there that'll doubt you. So be careful what you say around people with a doubted mind. Because your voice is power. Your tongue is power. People's tongues are power. Be careful what people speak over your life and the things people do to you. To go back to what you were saying, Jay, you're absolutely correct about the spirit being still with us, because I know I told you guys back a couple of weeks ago, my cousin got shot 8 times. When I got the call that he had got shot, it was absolutely immediately like a calm came over my whole body. Like God took his whole arm and just wrapped himself around me and held me and was like, he gonna be okay. He gonna pull through. I didn't even know what the calmness was. I felt it one time before about something, but this time I really paid attention to it because I'm more in tune. You know what I'm saying? I felt it. So, like I said, tonight was a good night. We had a good night tonight. I realized tonight that calmness was my grandmother. And remember I said it immediately hugged me. It immediately held me and told me that he would be all right and he would pull through immediately, right after I read the text. And I looked over at the girl that was sitting next to me and I told her, he gonna be fine. He gonna pull through. God got him. He fine. Tonight I found out why that happened to me. Because my grandmother is always with me. She never leaves my side. Never. She's probably somewhere right here somewhere. She never leaves my side.
Sitting on that couch right there.
She never leaves my side. And I could not believe it when I found that out. I really could not believe it. But I believe it. I know it's true because I feel her presence constantly around me. And now I understand why I'm the family matriarch. I used to ask myself, why am I the only one? Why am I the person everybody call when they want somebody's number, when they want to reach out to somebody, when they want to know what somebody got going on, when they want to know what time it starts, when it ends, when it. I used to always ask myself, why I'm the person? But now I get it because her spirit is constantly with me and we always drawn to her. I get it now. So I'm just here to tell you that the spirit never dies. I don't know who needs to hear this tonight. Maybe somebody needed to hear this tonight. Because nothing happens for no reason. Like, people don't say stuff like things like this don't happen for no reason. This show was supposed to be about something totally different tonight.
Totally
we wasn't
different.
even going to talk about any of this. We wasn't going to say one word, okay, about any of this. So the spirit led us to talk about these things because we wasn't going to talk about it. So I'm just here to tell you that whoever just lost somebody, a grandmother, a mother, a father, they still with you. They still right there with you.
More than ever.
More than ever. They're working overtime. It's overkill now. They're working, but you got to do the right thing. You can't expect them to be in your best interest if you're doing the wrong thing, if you treating your kids bad. If you treating your mother bad, your sister bad, your wife bad, your husband bad, you can't expect them to be down with bullshit because they're not rocking with no bullshit.
No.
None of them are. They not rocking with that shit. So I don't know who need to hear this, but I'm just telling you that it's real. It's real. It's so real. Also, you know, I'm gonna bring my daughter on just for a little bit because I want her to, because she wanted to come on here and tell y'all about how. So yeah, we can say her in a minute. She wanted to come on and tell y'all about how in tune she is, and she always with me. She's always my ride or die. She always with me. So of course we bring it on. Come on, Miss Bailey.
Come baby.
No, give her that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey,
Talk a little loud so they can hear you.
hey.
You know you loud. Go on and get loud. You loud.
And you on live too, girl. They watching you and they
Live
listening
TV,
to you,
girl.
So what is it tonight that you wanna? Cause you kept saying the whole time. Can I come on? Can I come on? What is it tonight that you want to share with the people from a young person, a young woman who is being in tune, who is starting to understand? What do you want to say to the folks?
What do you want to give people your understanding? What do you want to tell them about how you got in tune, or what you want to say?
Yeah.
When I first found out, my auntie was talking to me, my sister, and my cousin at my grandma's house. And when we was talking, she was talking about my puma that passed away not too long ago, and she was telling me and my sister like what happened. Me, my sister, and my cousin what happened. And then that night, when I spent the night at my grandma's house, I woke up at 3 in the morning. And I just started like hearing like noises or whatever. But before that, we was living in Centennial, and I had a dream that my big older cousin that passed away, and my little cousin that passed away as well, was sitting on top of my closet, just looking at me and my sister. And they just started talking and was like, hello and all that, like telling us it's gonna be okay, because my sister, she was really upset that he passed. And so when my auntie told us, and we was at my grandma's house, my grandma came in, and I went to her and I told her, I just heard something. And she was like, are you crazy? And I said, no, I'm for real. So then when me and my mom, before we moved out of Centennial, it was like this big old footprint on our wall. It was like standing right there by the back porch, like the walkway. When you come into the front door, it's right there on the other end of the side of the wall. And we didn't know what that was, so we suggested that it was my papa. And when I first found out that my papa been always there with me since he passed, because when he passed, me and my sister, it was a hard time for us because we were so close to him. And when we went on to the next house, I asked my mom, and I was like, Mom, have you been seeing stuff lately? And she was telling me, yeah, I have. And that's when my mom always used to wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I just hear her walking. And I used to be like, who is that? So I used to check. And then when I had went to go check, that was her. But then when I was walking towards her, it was like this thing that
shadow. The
Yeah,
shadow.
shadow, and
Yeah,
it
we
just
kept
went-
seeing a black shadow.
No,
Yeah.
mine was white. And
Oh,
it-
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it just like a cloud.
Okay.
And it just went woo past me. And I was like, what was that? Like it felt like air. And I was like, what was that? So ever since then, I just been in tune with it. And then when I found out my cousin Brian died, we saw him that Sunday. Me, my auntie, my sister, and my cousin. Because we was all at the mall, and he was there too. So when we saw him, he asked us, did we need anything? What do we want? But I
This
told
was
him,
right before he passed, right?
that
Yeah.
Sunday. And he was like, I'm good. I was like, I'm good or whatever. So then he went by his day. So then that's when my dad told me that he passed. And I think 2 days after, he was talking to me. And he was like, tell your dad something for me. And he was like, hey, this, woot, woot, woot. And he was like, just tell your dad something for me. So I told my dad, at first he didn't believe me. But then when he started seeing stuff as well, and when he told me he seen it, he was like, oh, like it's running up. Like, and then when I was walking in the kitchen and go get me a snack in the middle of the night, something just walked past me. I tried to see what it was, but I guess it didn't want to be seen. So after that, my dad told me that he thought that I came in his room that morning and cut on his light. And then he was like, and then he told me that, I said, no, Dad, I didn't cut on your light. And then I said, why you think I cut on your light? I was asleep this morning. And he was like, no, somebody turned on my light. And my sister wasn't there because she was at work. And it was just me, my mom, my dad. And I was asleep, and my dad, when I woke up, my dad told me that somebody came and turned on the light. So I was like, that's probably my papa, your father, trying to tell you something or something. And he was just like, oh, well, I guess so. And then that's it. And I just been in tune with it since.
Yeah, girl,
that
you in
day.
tune for real.
Okay.
So it don't. So as you see, it doesn't matter. It's not about age. It's not about any of that. Some people are naturally born with just a little bit more sensitivity to the spirit world. For whatever reason happens, sometimes it can be cultivated. But it just shows you that being aware and being open and not being afraid
Right.
of what's going on, because if you're not really clear, it might bring a fear upon you, because you're like, oh, something in here I don't know about. But when you're in tune, like Bailey said, like even at her young age, it's giving her insight into certain situations to even where she can help her parents get more understanding.
Exactly. Yep. Because I'm going to tell you something, kids have a way of leading us on the right path as well in our lives. And I think a lot of times we think, oh, they young, they don't know nothing, they don't, but sometimes they do know. And sometimes they can give you a little input and insight. And I just want to touch on, because I want to bring this back. The reason why we're talking about this tonight, because it's all kind of going to what I was going to talk about too with Kanye West. His new album is coming out. Everybody's saying how hot the album is going to be. But what a lot of people don't know is that they call Kanye crazy. They say, oh, Kanye crazy as hell. He don't know that. That man is not crazy.
Not crazy.
He's not crazy.
He's
And of course,
tapped
he's tapped in. And of course, he has issues like everybody else have issues. We all have our own demons that we fight. All had our own issues. But he's not crazy. First of all, he's the richest black man right now in the world. Okay, so that tells you right there he's not crazy. But he had to have a fall before he got to that, because I think, you know what I'm saying, he had plenty of falls in his life. But my point of it is that When you in tune, you think different. You talk different. So the worldly people, they can't really dissect it. They can't really understand that. That's why Jeff Bezos and all these, what's the other guy name?
Richard Branson.
Richard Branson. All of them are going to space. Because guess what? I bet you I'll put some money on it that they in tune. I'll put some money on it that they know what we talking about. Mm-hmm. I'll bet everything in my bank account that they know what we talking about. Because you be thinking these millionaires and these billionaires, you think they going to space and they trying to figure out all this stuff. You think they up there on in a space station for nothing. Y'all crazy as hell. Y'all think they just up there trying to run somewhere. They know things that we don't know. Mm-hmm. And that's a part of our culture. That's a part of us. That's been on us. Way before the Egyptian days, way before all the tribes in Ethiopia and all of that, because Ethiopia go all the way back. Yeah. I found out some things the other night about the different tribes of Ethiopia and how they all been there for forever. And then I also found out about some African tribes, about how long they been here. Like a lot of times, a lot of them been here before BC. All this. But my point of it is that our ancestors go back a long way. They go back a long way. And if y'all think these people are not tapped in and not in tune, and y'all think they just going up there for nothing, and y'all think all of this is just, they're just going to space and they're just trying to find, no, it's deeper than that. I guarantee you it's deeper than what this man stepped down as CEO on his own company. I don't think people even dissected it. Mm-hmm. That's big. He stepped down as CEO of his own company, one of the biggest companies in the world, Amazon. This man stepped down from being the CEO to start Blue Origin. Mm-hmm. They finna be doing all type of stuff up there. They finna be doing all type of stuff. But see, let me tell you something. If you're not in tune and you don't understand what's going on with the world, it's so much going on today, even in the rap community, with all of these things going on in the industry. All these things ain't going on for nothing. People not moving the way that they moving for nothing. We moving a certain kind of way right now. We moving. You got the first black female rapper on the cover of, what's the name of that magazine? Illustrated. Sports Illustrated. Yeah. Megan. These things are happening for us for a reason. They're not just. It's all of these things are not just happening. They're not just. It's our. I'm telling you guys. It is our time. We are here to stay. We are here, but we have to adopt the mentality of we all serve the same energy. We all in the same space. We're connected in so many different ways. Connected. You can feel a person's energy. You probably already know what somebody gonna think before they even say it at this point in time. You probably already can feel somebody. You can tell when people had a long day, a hard day. Mm-hmm. You can feel the energy more so now than ever. And a lot of times people don't want to talk about this. A lot of times people want to veer away, but it's all connected. It all goes into everyday things that we see that's being posted on the TV stations and all this stuff. And see, the thing about television now and other platforms is everybody want to give you a narrative. Everybody want to give you bullshit. Everybody want to give you dumb shit. Like the situation with Safari and Erica. That's their business. Clearly, he needs to grow up. Clearly, that's all it is. Marriage. A blind man can see that shit. Marriage is not easy. Let me say this. Marriage is not a wedding. It's not a wedding and it's not a baby. That's not what marriage is. Marriage is hard as hell. It is not easy being married. That is not an easy piece. It's not. It is hard work. You have to want your marriage. You have to want the person. You have to want to be there. You have to want to stick it out through the good and bad times. You have to want to put in the work for marriage. If you're not willing to put in the work, then don't do it.
Don't just be looking for the pretty dress and the diamond and the bridesmaids just and the reception, man. It's way more than that. Even though I ain't married, but I know
it's way more than that. And my whole thing of it is that, we look at things on Instagram. We look at things on all these other platforms, and we think, oh, you know, this rocking better than that rocking. They don't want to hear that shit, and they don't. So I'm gonna say some bullshit. I'm gonna do some bullshit. I'm gonna do something crazy to get their attention. That ain't it. This is not it. We're not living in those times anymore. If you can't see that the world is changing in another direction right now, then you blind. People don't want the bullshit no more. They don't want to see who fighting. They don't, because first of all, it's ignorant as hell to even be fighting and filming it and putting it on a social platform. That's ignorant. So even though, you know, you get a lot of views, but those are just not, they're not necessarily good views. People just, I'm telling you guys, when I say that we have to all come together and feed on each other energy and do the right thing, that's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. We have to be there for each other.
Yeah.
We have to know how to understand what each other go through. Not, oh, because I think like this, you should think like that. Not because I walk like this, you should walk like that. It shouldn't be that way.
Most definitely not.
It shouldn't be that way. And I'm sure we've all had that parent, that relationship, that, you know, that friend where they wanted us, they said, girl, don't do that at this party. Don't act like that. Don't be yourself. Don't do this. Don't do that. I'm here to tell you, do what the hell you go do, because you are you. Don't let nobody veer you away. As long as you're not hurting nobody's feelings, and you ain't talking crazy, you ain't doing nothing to offend somebody, do you. Because life is too short. Life is too short for all the craziness. It's too short. And we are, and this show was going to go in a whole nother direction tonight. You know what I'm saying? But unfortunately, you know, we're here to talk about these things. We wanted to get more in depth in these things because there's so much going on. And we don't realize the things that's going on around us are actually positive.
Yeah.
Because it's an awakening. It's to let you know what not to do and how to move. You know, by seeing somebody else struggle, you understand struggle.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? By seeing somebody else, I'm going to tell you the truth. I learned from a lot of my family mistakes. I learned from a lot of my friends' mistakes. I learned from a lot of, you know, a lot of people's mistakes. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what we all are here for. We all to learn. We're all here to learn from each other.
Yeah.
Rather not how you get it, how you want it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, yeah, we all want to talk about who got them down with who did this, who did that, who, you know, like it was Birthday Bash. I heard Birthday Bash was really dope. I heard.
Yeah, I wasn't there because I was down at work at the Trap Music Museum. I had to plug that in real quick. Trap Music Museum, 630 Travis Street, Northwest. Come holla at us. If you've never been to the Trap Music Museum, you're missing out. It's art, history, and culture all in one. You could come down and get your ass a fire-ass drink. We got a smoke shack down there, and you could get you some wings. I had to plug it real quick. Yeah, but I seen some footage of the Birthday Bash. It looked like it was going on. The city was lit that night, but I was working the flow. I couldn't even get no piece of the
working the flow.
So yeah, but you know, this is what this about. This is about making sure that we encourage one another, making sure that we are promoting one another businesses, making sure that we are promoting really just wellness, becoming more whole, becoming more connected. Like during those times as indigenous peoples, you know, that saying we always say, black folks be saying it, but I don't think that we tap into it. It takes a village to raise a child. Like that village was meaning everyone that was connected to you was looking out for your family as if it was their own family. And the sad thing is, sometimes today we be treating our real blood and our real family worse than a total stranger that we meet or somebody that we not
we
even
treat outside people
connected
better.
to. So we know something's going on, but we got to get back to this place. I think these are why all these things are happening, to see what we're going to do. Are we going to stay in the same place, or are we going to take what's going on and actually elevate and progress at our own pace? It don't mean everyone going to be doing the same thing at the same time or everyone going to be thinking the same thing. But there's got to be a point to where it's like, man, aren't we tired of the same old thing?
I'm tired of it. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm sick of damn tired of it. I'm sick
Like,
of it.
I'm ready to see businesses explode, communities explode and pop off. I'm ready to see us start having corporations and us start breaking some of these generational curses that's going on in our families. We can do it. We have the power, but we got to reach down within ourselves. And y'all can say whatever y'all these niggas be talking about. Listen, if you're not talking some spiritual stuff now, then you really are sleeping. And you need to wake your ass up, because that is what is going on today. You got to be in tune with what's going on in your spirit. And you don't got to sit down in a church building. You don't got to sit in the mosque. You don't got to sit in the synagogue. You don't have to do any of those things that those people tell you to do. You can have your very own experience. You could be sitting down in your living room and get a visitation from an ancestor or from the universe or from God or from Jesus, whatever way you want to try to categorize. You know what we talking about.
You know what? A lot of people have those. They. I'm gonna tell you something. Our people, a lot of people, especially the black men, they scared of it. A lot of the black men, I noticed that they are, when they first interact in those things, they're scared of it. Like they don't receive it as well as I think women do. I think women, we're more open to it because of our intuitions. But it is a blessing when a man get more in tune, because then he becomes a teacher. Yeah. He becomes more of a advocate in the family of it, because it's something about a man and his presence and him being in tune and him, having that spirituality. It's just, if you have a man that's in tune and spiritual, I'm telling you ladies, because sometimes it's the other way around. Sometimes the men are in tune and the women not. You know what I'm saying?
In my case, I be trying to get him linked in. They be like, what is this nigga talking about? But like we said this the last show, we come from folks like that. My dad literally studies, like, he done study every book, like, so when I've seen an example of what it is to be spiritually in tune, and like, it really does positively affect the way that you interact with your wife, with the women in your life, with the children in your life, because you have more of an understanding of how serious, as the man, you got to know what's going on so that you can protect, provide, and be the priest for your folks on some real shit.
Because the man sets the tone in the house.
It's real talk.
They set the tone. The woman usually is the one that keeps it in a spiritual state, like keeps it comfortable. You know what I'm saying? But the man, he sets the tone in the house. So usually if the house is, I'll say, chaotic, it's usually because, you know what I'm saying, it's something going on with the man. You know what I'm saying? So I noticed, because of things I've seen my family go through, I've seen my girlfriends go through, just various people around me. And I just know that these things are true. However, I know that sometimes it's not always the men. A lot of times, now more so nowadays, it's the women. You know what I'm saying? And I'm here to tell you, sisters, if you got a man that's in tune like that, then you blessed. You highly favored and you blessed, and you don't even know it. I don't know who needed to hear that tonight, but that was laid on me. You highly favored and you blessed, and you need to get more in tune. Because when they're in tune, that takes stuff to a whole nother level, whether or not it's financial, business, household wise, spiritual. So I'm just here to tell you, my sisters, that we got to get more on track, because I think that we have lost our way, because a lot of us have been hurt so much. A lot of us have been through so much pain, whether or not, it's losing our children, whether or not it's bad marriages, bad relationships, girlfriends, whatever it may be, I know that we hurt, and we're very sensitive, and we're very emotional beings. That's who we are. We're very emotional. And I don't know who needs to hear this tonight, but I want to put that out there before we close out. That the sisters, I have been noticing that the sisters are out of touch. A lot of our sisters are out of touch. The men are more so coming within, but a lot of the sisters are more so out of touch. However, you know what I'm saying? You are truly blessed. Again, I'm going to say this. You're truly highly favored and blessed when you have somebody that's very in tune. So just keep that in mind. And let's just be patient with each other. Like, all of us have to be patient with each other. We have to talk out things. You know, we got to make, you know, Meek Mills tweeted something the other day. He said, make therapy popular in the black community.
That's key right there.
And I just want to end on this note tonight. We got to make it more popular to talk about things that we uncomfortable with. I keep telling y'all this. We are too comfortable with reality. Well, we ain't living in reality. We're too uncomfortable with these things. So, you know, I'm telling y'all, it's something in the spiritual. It's something going on in the universe for Meek Mills to tweet that.
Right, because you know, black folks, we therapy. We like, what you gonna therapy?
Yep.
What black folks don't do no
Yep.
therapy? That's
So
as ignorant. That's as
energy.
ignorant as you
Yeah.
could sound. Talking about we. That's
Yep.
what we need to be doing, some therapy.
Yep.
I haven't done therapy, but some of my close family members have engaged, and they've been telling me how much it has benefited them, how many issues they've been to overcome, how much inner work has helped them with. So, you know, like, if we want to change how we doing things, we got to start from the inside. And I just want to reiterate before Peaches close out as well. Lab said something great tonight. Start journaling. Let's start talking to our ancestors. Let's stop being afraid of that. Let's open ourselves up more.
Because the power is in writing it down.
Man,
The true
I'm telling
power
you.
is not just speaking it, but it's also writing it down. My sister-in-law told me that too. Shout out to Crystal. She told me
Okay,
that
Chris,
too.
appreciate that. So we're going to continue to do that, and we encourage everybody to do that. Remember what we talked about earlier. If you find yourself waking up between 3 and 5, and those are called the witching hours, that's when the
Yep.
veil between dimensions are the thinnest. I'm not
Yeah.
like, oh, these niggas talking about dimensions. This is not. These are things that they are discussing on social media,
Yeah.
on the internet,
They're
in books.
discussing it
Like,
everywhere.
this is happening. We just don't talk about it a lot. But if you find yourself waking up to them hours, it happened to me just last night. As soon as I woke up out of my sleep, I was talking to my son. I had no idea, but I knew that the subject matter of the conversation was really speaking to a different type of spiritual plane. Like, I woke up kind of encouraging and speaking to the atmosphere. So if you find yourself waking up between them hours, you don't got to be praying for, like, you don't even have to do like a get on your knees and all that traditional. Like, it could really be you laying in your bed and you wake up and you just talk, hey, Granny, you know, I'm going through something. It'd be really great if you could just give me some wisdom. And you'll never know what might happen. So start tapping into that, y'all.
Yeah, because I'm telling y'all, I've just found out that now I know why I'm the matriarch of the family. I'm telling y'all, it was amazing. It's an amazing feeling what I have over me tonight. I have an energy over me tonight. I feel so good because I just found out something that's very positive that I've always knew, but I didn't know. You know, but you don't know. But to find out that that's why, that was very interesting to me. So I'm just telling you guys, you know, we love y'all. We wanted to give y'all a great show tonight, and we feel as though we did. We feel as though we really tapped into our audience tonight. I'm getting a lot of messages tonight from the show.
Come on.
And they are good messages.
Once
People
again,
say, yes, keep
how
coming
it
with
be?
these
We know
things.
we know y'all be loving what we got going on.
Just know that when it's me and J.Blu here, we're gonna get
We
kind of
gonna
little
get
deep.
yeah, we gonna get deep. Yeah, we're not
It's
gonna.
only natural. This is what we do. We
This what we
parlay,
do.
we kick it, we have a drink. We might have a little buzz, whatever. But we ain't doing that tonight. But we kicking it. We just tripping. You know what I'm saying? But we be on some, this is what we do. We parlay, we kick it, and we talk about the real deal. We're not giving you no fake scenario, giving you no hopes and fucking dreams. No, people ain't coming on here saying, listen, this ain't it. Okay? We just real. A lot of people, they don't want it, they don't like it, but a lot of people love it. So we here to cater to the people that love it. And once again, I love my audience. I love the people who tune in to us every Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, because you guys are what's keeping me going. I read your feedbacks, I read your messages, and I just want to say thank you again. Thank you for supporting Misfits Radio. Thank you for supporting Parlaying with
TV
Peaches.
and radio, y'all. Black owned, black ran.
owned. Just
bringing
remember,
this platform.
yes,
We got to show love.
Yes, this is black owned, and it's a major platform. So for those of y'all who don't know, that's coming on the show in the future, this is a major platform. This ain't no flyby podcast live, some bullshit on Instagram. We just going, this ain't that.
This is real
You
deal.
getting everybody, people all around the world are watching you, are hearing you when you come out here. So if you think that this just a little show, it's not. And I'm not no little person.
Huh?
So I'm Peaches. I'm Peaches, and I put respect on my name. Period.
All three of y'all.
Okay? So just know that when you come on here in the future, that's a blessing.
Blessing.
This is a all black platform.
For real.
You don't have to be somebody else to come on here.
That's right.
I prove that every Tuesday night. You don't have to act like you somebody else. We ain't pretending on here.
No, ma'am.
What you see is what you get.
Real
so
talk.
if you one of those people, whether or not you're an entrepreneur, whether or not you're in astrology, whether or not you do business, taxes, whatever it is you do, and you need a platform and you want to speak your truth, this is it.
Tap in. Misfits TV and Radio on Instagram. DM them. Dope City Goddess.
Yes.
DM. PW Peaches. DM. J.BLUUU. DM. We can help connect you. If you got the right thing that's going on, you're going to be talking about. We ain't going to be plugging nobody in.
We ain't trying to get over on nobody.
Nah,
either.
we not. But we do want to connect you if you got the real talk. We also got to shout out Bullies for Infinity tonight.
Bullies for Infinity, yes.
Again, shout out the Trap Music Museum. Also, I want to shout out my parents. They got a new platform coming up. It's going to be on all types of things. Marriage, motivating moments.
Yes,
they've been married for 30 plus years, bringing some wisdom. So we just got to show love and to support and to those people that support us.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. And
appreciate
with that
y'all.
being said, we love y'all. We will see y'all next week.
Y'all ready?
8 o'clock. Y'all know we going to be here. So, hey, give us y'all feedback. We want to know, you know what I'm saying, what did y'all like about the show? What things are y'all interested in talking to?
Yeah.
What things do y'all want us to really get deep about and talk about? What do y'all want to know about us?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We don't mind. We here. Like I said, we're here for you guys.
Yeah.
So thank you again for tuning in. Peace out.
Peace and love, y'all.
Staring at blue skies, I'm about to get high. Feeling the breeze, get into these vibes. My vision clear, I see with my third eye. Don't fuck around, mob with my guys. Staring at blue skies, I'm about to get high. Feeling the breeze, get into these vibes. My vision clear, I see with my third eye. Don't fuck around, mob with my guys. Up in the air, all of my niggas say yeah. Where the cuties in here? The way shorty look, it ain't fair.